Hello there, everyone in YouTube land. We've got an exciting update for you all this time. Um, First of all, let me say that yesterday was Megan's court hearing, and she has passed. She has passed court, so she is legally our daughter. uh, Let me amend that. So she went through the court hearing, and as far as we know, everything went smooth with our paperwork. An update on that in a second, but as far as I know, the court hearing went off without a hitch, and it was Megan and her social worker in Bulgaria, whom she's gotten to know very well, and then our the representative from our NGO, our non-government organization, which is FMA, is the name of the organization, and our representative there. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say her name or not, so I won't. But she's been wonderful. She actually traveled with us on trip one and interpreted for us, and she was great. So she has passed court and legally our daughter. So this hurdle has been long coming, and finally we got past. So the last video I talked about the physicals being updated. That fiasco was not over with by any means by the time I was shooting that video. What our agency was asking for was our doctor to sign the physical and to stamp his medical stamp on the physical. I did tell you in the last video he is out with COVID. My understanding is that he is still sick, so it has hit him very hard, to the point where he was on a ventilator and just not doing that well. I pray that he is doing better at this point, but I don't know for certain. So that day, Sonia went out. She went to find some med check emergency places to sign our paperwork. She went to our pediatrician, and basically the way that the medical certificate was worded caused them to say, nope, we are not signing this. Sorry, we'd like to help, but we're not signing this without a complete physical, which was just not possible. So we asked our agency what we should do. So we took the certificates back to our doctor's office. We had the nurse practitioner sign it. We got in touch with our doctor, which gave them permission to stamp. He has a signature stamp. So he gave them permission to stamp his signature on the certificate, his medical stamp, her medical stamp, and then there was like a notary seal that we tried to make it look as official as possible. Got that off, overnighted it to our agency. Our agency took a look and said, I'm not so sure this is going to fly. Please try to get his his signature on the signature line and his stamp, and have that be it. Good grief. So I actually made a video about this whole process and working with this particular doctor's office that I just needed to vent. I didn't post it because it was just me just being completely frustrated. So anyway, I didn't post that because it was just kind of, I was out of my element at that point. But so anyway, I took paperwork back. I took a blank one back to their office. They were not answering their phones. They weren't answering emails. And so I drove it up there and said, this is what we need. The nurse practitioner was not in the office. So I'm like, great. So I called my agency. Our agent at our agency, he wasn't in the office. So I had no guidance from him. So I was just like, what in the world do I do? So what we ended up doing was eventually we had his stamp on the signature line and then his medical stamp next to it. And we sent that off to Bulgaria. So we sent it off. We were hoping to get word before court that this paperwork is going to be accepted by this judge, and have some idea of whether or not the court hearing would have to be rescheduled because of the paperwork debacle. We got no word. We're just like, oh my goodness, we are going into this thing blind. We have no idea if she's going to accept it. By all indications, the court accepted all of our paperwork, and everything went fine yesterday, at least during the court hearing. However, and this is what we're currently frustrated with, we have still not heard from our agency directly how the court hearing went. We asked several people on Facebook about, when do you hear from your agency about how court went? And they said typically they would wake up to the news that, you passed court, or you'd hear later on that day. Our agency is as of now, our agency is AWOL. They have not. We called 3 times yesterday, and our agent has not called us back. We called again today. He's not called us back. We emailed 3 times. He's not emailed us back. We have no idea what's going on, really. Our NGO representative, I reached out to her. I said, I realize that you can't tell us officially, but, we'd like some indication of how it went. And she basically responded. She said, yeah, you're right. I'm not supposed to tell you how it went, but everything went smooth. And that's really all that she went. She's in a very general, very short message. I let her know this morning. I said, we still have not heard from our agency whether or not court went well, and if there's anything that we need to do follow-up wise with our paperwork. We haven't heard yet. So we're still officially waiting on that word. We did talk to Megan again today, this morning. It was just a very light, very brief conversation. We asked her how it went. She said it was a very brief meeting, very quick. It was a female judge. She had some questions. She said, do you want to be adopted by this family? She said yes. She asked a kind of a strange question, sounds like, about, are you wanting to be adopted by this family because of their money and their house and their nice stuff like that? And Megan said no. Thankfully, because she's going to find out real quick, we don't really have a lot of them. Anyway, especially with 6 kids now. But so it sounded like it was a very good day. She got to spend some time again with her social worker, who drove her back and forth, and so that was nice. And then she got to see the NGO representative again, who traveled with us on trip 1. So it sounds like it was a very good day. Sounds like things are progressing quickly. So what happens now is there is a 7-day appeal period, and I think that's for the purposes of if there are any family members that Megan has in the area who wants to appeal the adoption. They have the right to do so, and they've got 7 days to do it. I think it's 7 calendar days, but I'm not exactly sure. Maybe 7 working days. Anyway, I don't think they have really any idea where her parents are, or I think they know where her sister is. Maybe another brother of hers, biological brother. But they don't expect anybody to appeal. So I've got that, and then after that we've got 2 weeks worth of paperwork or so. I think they get her birth certificate ready, some other paperwork like visa application, or I don't know. There's some other paperwork that needs to be done over the next couple weeks. What we're being told is that we will get our travel dates 3 weeks from now. And then it'll be basically, you'll be traveling in 1 week. So in effect, 4 weeks from the court date is when we will be traveling back to Bulgaria to finalize everything and bring her home. So it's coming to an end, people. It's just, man, it's been just one very frustrating process altogether. So Anyway, that's it for now. We'll see you later. Thanks.